Hi, my name is Matsuri and welcome back to my channel where I review, rant and discuss about shows or movies that I've recently seen. And today's rant is on Haikyu Season 4 Part 2, To the Top. So, I finally watched the new season of Haikyu and I was actually pleasantly surprised about how they went about this season, because I was like dreading that it was going to be like in season 3 where it's going to be 10 episodes of just one match. But like I said, I was really happy how they went about showing this season. So this is going to be a rant because obviously I've already done a review of Haikyu. You already know what I thought about it, so this is just going to be a rant of the new season. Now, just for my sanity's sake, I will be, if I have to refer to it, season 4 part 1 will be season 4, and this new season, season 4 part 2, I will call To the Top, so I don't have to keep repeating season 4 part 1, season 4 part 2, and etc. So without further ado, here is my thoughts and rant. Number 1. I really love the Mia twins. Like, I open up my Instagram feed and like every time there's someone put like in my search thing, I will see like clips of the Mia twins, and like I can see why everyone loves them so much, because they're like the adorable dorks that like compliment and are a good opponent to Hinata and Kageyama. I think the reason why they were such a fan favorite is because like how they break the norm, where usually like with twins they seem to like understand and know each other better, but it's funny how like Osamu's like, I don't trust Atsumu whatsoever because he steals my clothes and his food and he lies about things, and the fact that, you know, they fight like siblings without like making up, without any conflict and anything like that. And I also like how Osamu like understands that Atsumu likes volleyball a little bit more than him, and therefore that makes Atsumu the better player, like the better volleyball player. And I think that's the reason why they're so like relatable and more human as characters, and which is why everyone loves them so much. And I also like the, you know, the voice actors for both of them. I mean, they sound pretty much the same. Even though they're two different people. But yeah, I like the fact that they can play off each other and still have the Kyoto accent because they're both from Tokyo. Yeah, did really well as the two players. Number 2. I like how there isn't just one match. Like I said, I hated the 3rd season because of the fact that there was only one match and it was 10 episodes. Like, at least this one had 13? No, 14. Because 26, I think, episodes in there. But the fact that they inserted the Nekoma match in there, I thought was a really good touch, because it also shows how much Hinata's influence has rubbed off to everyone. Like, it had been showing throughout the whole 4 seasons that we have. And it showed how much Kenma wanted to become better as a player, because at the start we saw that he doesn't really like to do much. You know, he thinks everything's meaningless. Like, what's the point of trying to work hard? He was like kind of, you know, Tsuki as well, but like he was someone that was doing volleyball because Kuro wanted him to. Now it's shown that he actually wants to become better because he's finding volleyball so much fun to play now. Through the match that Nekoma had, it's shown that Kenma's willing to move to the point of him collapsing to like win a match. And I thought it was a really good touch because it does lead to a good setup for Nekoma versus Karasuno, which probably is going to be in the next season. Number 3. Even though it's like the smallest thing, I really loved how they showed all the teams watching the match. Because it does kind of show, and like it reverts back to the fact that, you know, Hinata and Karasuno made a big impact on these teams that they, you know, need to know if they gotta succeed into making it to the finals. I also like how in the end credits as well, they show them watching the thing, and again, it's not that big a deal, but I did love how they inserted those parts as well. Number 4. I feel like this season had a lot more like tear-jerking moments than the other seasons. Like there were so many moments where like someone does something or says something that made it so much more emotional, and like I think that's the reason why this season was so much better. I'm just gonna mention 2. These 2 scenes made me tear up the most. The first one is when the second year Kinoshita, who didn't really do much in the first 4 seasons, like you see him with Enoshita, but yeah, he was suddenly like pushed in as a pinch server, and throughout the whole time, you know, he's saying how he's like practiced, he's, you know, he knows what he has to do, blah blah blah. When he gets to the court and he like does his serving, he gets caught, like his serves get hit back, and that makes him sad because he feels like, you know, he practiced so much, he mentally imaged so much, but he's not one of the best players. Like, this is a reason why he's not on the court with everyone. This is a reason why he doesn't make any impact. Like, and then afterwards, you know, Nishinoya is just like, I'm scared of the serve. Like, I can't move, and I've never been this scared before. And then later on, you see that, you know, Nishinoya is about to get, like, again, couldn't physically move to grab, you know, hit the ball back, and that's when Kinoshita's like, go, move, kind of thing. I can't remember what he said, but he's like, he cheers him on, and that breaks Nishinoya into actually diving forward to actually get the serve finally for the first time. And when he points, and he's like, yes, emotions. It was so emotional because the fact that he didn't think he made any impact at all in the situation, but Nishinoya was just like, you know, proving to him that yes, you helped me get this serve. Like, it wasn't just myself, it was a team effort kind of thing. So even though, you know, he what's his name, Kinoshita didn't really make an impact that helped get a score, he was able to by being there for the team. And I thought that was a really good, like, emotional scene. Just the fact that he like pointed and was like, yes, and I was like, oh my god, yeah. My second favorite is at the end when Kita, the Captain Kita, was like, you know, he smiles and he's like, you guys are great. You guys make me say, look at my team. Aren't they great? And even though it's like such a small line, it just made me, you know, it made me so emotional because even though they lost, because it was such a good game that they had, and also the fact that, you know, everyone put their all into it. They know that they're good players. It's just that unfortunately they lost this time, and he's able to be like, I'm proud of you guys. I'm glad that you guys are my teammates. And the other thing that makes it more emotional is the fact that, you know, we're showing that Kita is a very straightforward, no bullshit person. So you know that what he's saying comes from the heart. And that made it so much more emotional. I love that scene so much. It actually made me cry at the time. And 5.5 that I love. Oh my god, Hinata receiving. Like, I saw that coming. I'm pretty sure everyone saw that coming. But even though the way they showed it, how they like went to black and then showed him getting the receive, another tear-jerking moment. Oh, it was so good. Like, how much you can see that Hinata grew from season 4. But this goes into what I didn't like about this season is the fact that Hinata's barely in it. Like, yeah, like the stuff that he does, yes, he makes everything so much, like, he turns things around to make, and then win at the end. But like, majority of it, he wasn't even in the show. And I understand that like Karasuno is meant to be the main character, like the whole team, but I don't know. I kind of watch Haikyu for Hinata because of the fact that his energy and the love of volleyball makes it so much fun. And like, again, how much of his like love for volleyball like spreads like wildfire to everyone, and that just makes everyone want to become better because they also find it fun. And the fact that he's not even really in it is just one of the disappointing points that I have. Now, I don't know if it's because in the manga this is what it was, but yeah, I mean, it was good because like everyone else got a chance to grow. Like you saw Tsuki being like, doing his like mind games of like getting Asuna, I think, to hit in one direction, and I thought that was cool. And then you got Tanaka overcoming his spiking. You got again Nishinoya overcoming his ace receiver. You had Daiki didn't really do much, but I guess you can say he was able to like motivate the team. And Asahi was able to like do spikes as well because he was getting blocked. And it kind of seemed like Hinata was the trump card that was just like, he just made everyone's like spirits lifted. He made everything slow down at the end, whatnot. Like he did he did things to turn the game around, but at the same time he was barely in it. And I was just like, I don't know. I just wanted more of Hinata, I guess. So that leads me to a second point of what I didn't like about this season is I didn't like the animation. And I understand that they're trying to make it like a lot of the animation. A lot of the animes these days are trying to become more of what the anime looks like, the manga looks like, which is fine. But I'm not a fan of the manga style, so I didn't really like it. There was some points where I don't know, maybe the animators were putting enough effort into it, but it didn't look good. Like some of the not the back scenes, but when they're close they look fine, but when they in the back a little bit, some of the faces look like they weren't drawn properly. But yeah, not a fan of the animation. But yes, those are my points of what I loved about the season and what I didn't like about the season. I mean, overall, I think the whole season, what makes it so much better than the other seasons is because I feel like this one had an overall like message of you don't have to be a genius or naturally talented to be good at something. As long as you work hard, if you could be like Captain Kita and like, go through a routine so you get used to things, or you can be like Kenma who, again didn't really want to do anything but like, ended up pushing himself a little bit more. And as long as you just have fun with what you want to be good at, you will eventually be good at it. Just as long as you don't make, going through the hard work as like a burden, or like, you push yourself too much, or like making it so much like it's a chore, because obviously that's not gonna help motivate you. And I think like this season was really good at showing like different people's way of working hard to a goal, and so it helps the viewer find someone that they can like relate to and get motivated with, which is why I think this season was really good. But yes, that's it from me. Thank you so much for watching. Leave me a comment. Which tear-jerking moments was your favourite? And also, again, who do you think will win? Nekoma or Karasuno? But yes, don't forget to give me a like and subscribe if you can for more reviews and rants coming soon, and I will see you in the next one.